For me, an instrument should just be a utility kind of spec. So yeah.
And stainless frets in the 510 trem, right?
Yeah, so stainless jumbo frets, ebony board, recessed 510, so you can go up and down. This bar on this particular model comes a 1/4 inch lower than like the production moderns, so it sits lower to the body, and that's just so when I'm playing it I can, you know, have it sitting comfortably in my hands without feeling it push up or lift up.
And what pickups?
This is a SSH Plus and SSV. So super hot, super vintage sounding, nice kind of contrast. And then yeah, the volume preset button, which is
this is brilliant.
So there's a discrete little button there, which most people would kind of associate with the blower switch. So we built off the back of it. And essentially what you can do is you can preset a volume position to this button. So I have it as a volume pad. So when the volume is all the way up, you know, full gain, full output, with the button in, guitar drops to about 25% output, which is nice for that sweet spot kind of playing nice and immediately. And it works really well wherever you are on the instrument. So yeah, that's a unique feature of the guitar, which is awesome.
More than meets the eye, because you kind of go, yeah, well, how much cool stuff can you have on a black Super Strat?
Yeah, that's it, man. Single volume, did away with the tone, because as the joke goes, I don't know why there would be a knob to make it sound worse, but there you go. So we just did away with it.
And all of this for live and the studio, you said you're using the FM3, right?
That's right, man. Yeah, I've just kind of switched over to this, where I was previously using the old trusty Axe 2 behind me.
So what are you running? Sort of the trusty Friedman from Axe 2 days?
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, you can kind of see it here. This is kind of what I'm just using in the studio, tone-wise, which is pretty similar to what I use live. I'm just going to go through them.
And also, talk me through, I know this seems crazy to me, but I know there's people out there who will totally get it.
Uh-huh.
Explain the one monitor thing.
Oh yeah, how I usually play through one monitor.
Yep.
Yeah, it just like, it reminds me more of playing through an amp, because I find that, you know, when you play through a cab or an amp, you're playing through a kind of single point source.
Yes.
And, you know, I don't have like a cab here and a cab there. So it feels a little strange to me if it's coming out of both. So I'll usually play just one or the other. It feels more ampy to me. That's the logic behind the madness.
Yeah. You mentioned that you're sort of automating everything, but a typical song for you, are you mostly using one preset with multiple scenes?
Nah. So if you have a look here,
multiple presets?
So I'm just using a single scene, or a single preset with a bunch of scenes in it. That's kind of how I get away with most of the live set, which I can show you in a sec.
Yeah.
But for a standard show, these are kind of what I'm using, just the rhythm sound, which is what you just heard, but dry and with a gate. That kind of
Beautiful.
line. Lead.
Yeah, dude.
Big moisture, you know.
A moist halo around all the notes.
Yeah. Kind of a low gain, very moist sound.
So show me the preset volume with that. I'm really curious.
Yeah, so if I kind of turn it in now, we go from this.
Like ready for your soundtrack for a cop movie based in the 80s LA.
Yeah. So like with it out. So it just drops the gain by kind of 75%.
So it's a fun variation on the blower switch thing, because normally the blower switch you wind stuff down and then that's a like give me maximum shreddage.
Yeah,
whereas with this you still have the ability, you can always go to that like sweet spot, so to speak, but then also roll the volume if you don't want max.
Yeah, there's a few ways that I use it. Like sometimes I use it as just the guitar on off. So like for example, if I'm just on like this kind of sound,
No, yeah, right.
it's enough to just so there's a few different ways.
Yeah.
Depending on the amount of gain you've got in the setting. So so that's the old dog.
So did you kind of model the single chord? Well, were you hoping to kind of cop some of the vibe of this guitar
Precisely.
with that one?
Precisely. Yeah, this is a really old classic S.
And this is not relict, right? This is just played.
It was relic.
Oh, okay.
Originally, but it has also just been
Played the snot out of it.
yeah, absolutely destroyed. I've played this on every album. I'd say probably for like 12 years. So it's kind of an oldie and a really special guitar. It's what you like mostly are hearing when you hear my records.
Right.
Most of the stuff I actually record with this guitar. This is a very special one. It's really, really nice. I really love it. I recently switched it out to the Triple S config. It was, I think I had I can't remember what humbucker I had in there, but I always had it split, so I just thought, look, it's probably time to just have the Triple S kind of combo.
Yep.
It's a really good rubbery grown-ups tone. It's a nice one.
Oh, dude. And then tell us a story of... I think this is my favourite of your guitars. And it's got the coolest story out of all of them.
Yeah.
And why it's called the Incinerator.
Oh, yeah. So essentially, I wanted a recording/live guitar that was more in the vein of the Antique S, and so modern nitro finish, alder body, roast maple neck.
That finish checking is just so
It's
good.
It's super special, man. I sent them a lot of pictures of the Antique S to kind of match the relic kind of style. Like that really tight patina.
So you got the rolled saddles on this one. There's no preset volume switch.
Yeah, that's right. So just a bit more bare bones. Still has the push for the splits. The split sound in this is really great. 510 recessed and bent saddles for that really like sharp metallic kind of tone. Yeah, that's a super cool guitar.
What are you running for machine heads on all of these?
These have the Suhr ones.
Oh, right.
Which came about sometime in the mid 2010s, I'm pretty sure, because some of my older ones have the Spurzl machine heads on it.
Yeah.
I think just the Antique S has the Spurzl machine heads. The rest of them all have the Suhr ones, which are great. They work just as nicely, and they're much more lightweight. Spurzl's so heavy.
Yeah.
So yeah, this guitar is just awesome.
To me, that's kind of the ultimate 80s shredder guitar as well.
Yeah.
Single volume, twin humbucker, but
yeah, it's got a really nice big neck profile on it, which makes it feel kind of, you can really dig in on it.
it has a bit of that like sagginess on the neck humbucker that the Signature doesn't.
Yeah, dude. Nice sharp kind of sound. Yeah, that's super cool.
I'm just going to butt in and have to play notes on this as well.
Oh, dude, please.
So addictive.
Contribute notes.
But the recess 510 as well.
Yeah, it's almost like if I pictured a Suhr for you, it would be something like this. Just a big mojo modern.
It's just so well set up as well. And it's got the stainless thing where, where it just is so uninhibited.
Yeah, you get that really silent, glassy bending.
But yeah, it is also the light. There's a lot of even that
yeah, it's a great split sound. Yeah. Yeah, it bolts shit. Really
dude, well. You can abuse this thing, hey. That's the note. But just that, like when it kind of, when you have a guitar that's well set up, as you sort of hit that peak and you expect the note to just go.
Yeah.
But this.
It's got those nice overtones as well. Yeah, it's a super cool guitar. Yeah.
Dirty riff caster.
Yeah, this is a really cool guitar that I used. I've actually only used it on one song on my albums, which was the title track to Omenfastum. Trans white finish, super nice swamp ash body, maple neck.
The 3 saddle.
Yeah, just the
ashtray.
That's it, man. Just the brass saddles. So crucial to the telly tone, I feel like. Yeah, it's just a nasty hunk of guitar. No cutaway. It's the 50s spec.
It's like the friend that you know will carry you home after a big night and take your shoes off before they put you into bed.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Yeah, totally, man. Yeah, it's great. I think it's it. Yeah. We discovered this last time, didn't we, in Drop B?
I guess it's also fitting watching you play telly because so much of your style is also built around hybrid picking, you know, but just not in a, you know, not in a kind of country context.
I know, it's true.
Who were the dudes who got you into that sort of thing, or has it just been a thing you've always done?
The hybrid thing?
Yeah.
I think it's just, I don't know if
like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Why try hard?
I think it's because I play, it's like, when I play acoustic, I only play fingerstyle. So then just playing electric, it just made sense.
Yeah.
You know, to have extra picks working at the same time. But there are a lot of guys that do it, obviously, and there's a lot of guys that do it in like metal riffing, which is really cool. So I don't know if there's anyone that really inspired me to do it, but I saw that people did it, and I just started.
It was acceptable.
Before I knew it, it was like kind of all through my playing. It's a nice steely sound.
Yeah, dude. I mean, give it a bit of...
Oh yes.
So is this the refined auto wire?
This is it.
Random LFO, smooth. Yeah, dude.
That's it.
Yeah, dude.
I love it so much, man.
So good. So good.
Thank you for that.
Oh, I merely polished what was already there. So when you're running this live, you're automating all your scene changes, right? So what DAW are you using and how long have you been doing that? So you can just go and play and all this changes, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. So I set it all up in Pro Tools, because I'm a Pro Tools guy, and I watched your instructional video
Oh no.
on how to do it.
The video I made so that I can reference it myself.
And it was just, yes, I always remember this moment where Fractal, for the Boston clinic earlier this year, sent me a Loney unit, and I couldn't get the automation to work. So I was in my hotel room watching you explain it to me.
Hello, James, it's me again.
Yeah, I was like, oh, thank God, Leon to the rescue. So yeah, I set it all up in Tools, and then live I use a Cymatic Audio LP16, the little portable.
The one?
Yeah, it's just so great.
The goat?
It's actually in that tiny little rubber case in the corner down there.
Yeah, so many people I know use that and just like, no one's made anything better.
Well, I mean, dude, it's just like, it's so portable, and it just works perfectly. There's so little that can go wrong with it. It's pretty much just like an iPod that does MIDI. It's
it does nothing else.
Yeah, so the live rig is essentially like the in-ears rig with the LP16 in it, and then just this whole like thing just sits on top, and that's it. I don't even have this at the front of the stage or anywhere near me. We just hit play and all the changes for all the songs happen.
Fantastic.
I just have to try to remember to play well enough. That's all I have to do. I don't have to. That's why the FM3 like works for me, because I don't do any switching. I don't need any of the switches or anything. And yeah, same thing with the auto wire. There's lots of moments where, you know, I don't have access to the board, so the auto wire comes in, and I always loved the way it sounded. But then when we did that last hang, and you set it up to be like big natural mode, I'm super in love with it. It's great. You'll hear it when we do a little song in a second. I'll hook it up so it does all the automation and all that stuff.
Yeah. Like we should just do that. So
Yeah.
James, where can the kind people of the internet buy your music?
They can buy it at my Bandcamp.
Fantastic.
So I have a Bandcamp which has all my records on it and merchandise and vinyl and all the rest of it. Otherwise, it's online in all the usual places
and
to check out.
Instagram is the place to buy you Gabagool.
Yeah, Yeah, that's right. So I only use Instagram
Yep.
these days. So that's where I, keep anyone who's interested up to date
Yep.
and post all my musical activities.
Fantastic.
Yeah, man.
Let's hear some notes.
All right, let's do it.